morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. Sorry for the later start today. Mr. Mans had to go get a groom. And I had to actually pick up what we're working on today, which is exciting because it means it was actually in stock, in store. Because I still haven't gotten the email confirmation for my click and collect order from Hobbycraft. Luckily, the Hobbycraft is like literally down the street from the groomer, so I popped in there and I was like, hey, I ordered something and I don't know what's going on with it. And they said, yeah, we did process it, but it didn't like mark itself as completed in the system, and so the woman was like following up with the company to try to make it happen. And I guess, you know, they didn't resolve it because I still hadn't gotten an email, but whatever, I got the thing, which is excellent. Yeah, all my WIPS are pissed at me because we're gonna start something new. Yeah, I've been umming and ahhing, backing and forthing with this idea project thing for a while. I don't know what it is. I have this like, I have an interest specifically. So basically what this is a diamond painting, diamond facet art kit. Specifically of the Van Gogh painting, Starry Night. And so for whatever reason, I've been super into this painting. Ever since high school, I've had this like fascination with it. I think it was in the 11th grade, I want to say. We did like a little mini unit in English class about the concept of like madness. And so we like went and reviewed and listened to different accounts or like, you know, different historical figures and their exploration of madness. So we listened to a song called Starry Night. That was a song that was inspired by Vincent van Gogh, who is the painter of this that we're taking inspiration from. We also read Charlotte Perkins Gilman's The Yellow Wallpaper. We looked at the image, The Scream. But yeah, kind of ever since then, I've had this like fascination with this painting in particular. Hi, Potato. Good morning. Good morning. I hope you are well. Okay, make sure we have everything. But yeah, so I figured we would unbox in right now. I was like, oh, I have time I could set up before stream, but half the fun is like unboxing in real time and figuring out what the hell we're working with. So that's what we're doing. But yeah, so a while ago, I think it was the same brand. Yeah, exactly. I think it was the same brand, Diamond Dotz. They had a version of Starry Night before. But then it like disappeared. They discontinued it or something like that, which was really annoying. But only in the last like month or so did they bring back a new version of it. So I was like, well, I need this. And now I finally have it. The only other option they had was, they had like the Van Gogh wheat fields. But I was like, it's not the same vibe. I have, not to this scale. So this was probably like early on in the pandemic, maybe. Or maybe, I don't know what time it was. All I remember is that I was not in a good mental health space. And so then Liam ordered me a little craft kit off of Amazon. And it was like a diamond art kit, but it was like of little superhero characters. So there was like different Marvel and DC ones, like little sort of chibi characters of them. So I've done like 6 mini versions of this sort of craft before, but not in years. I think the reason, because I do find them quite enjoyable. It's basically like a paint by numbers, but you use tiny pieces of plastic, which I'm sure isn't the most eco-friendly of things, but it's cute. So yeah, so I have done that before, but again, like I said, not to this scale. And I think the reason I hadn't done anything to this scale before is because some of them, I don't know, like there's not been one that I found that I really like the look of, and especially because I think some of these are quite large. If I want to hold, if I want to like hang it up somewhere. I want it to be something that I actually like the look of, instead of just getting things for the sake of it. This is interesting. This is like, it's like a canvas material. It's very sticky though. Oh, this is interesting. They've like printed it on top of the painting itself. Okay. So it looks like this whole section, there's like basically like a, I don't know, a finger width border around the entire print that is not diamond dotted, which is interesting. So it's not the entire Starry Night. It's like everything minus a finger width, which is fine. Let's just, I think we have some prep that we need to do first. But here it is. Here she is. Miss America. Starry Night herself. Let's stop this from autofocusing, as it tends to want to do. But yeah, so this will be fun. This isn't as big as I thought it was, which is good. This is ideal. Because I was a bit concerned that it was going to be massive and like take up a lot of space. But it doesn't appear to be, so that's good. I think it'll be okay. I was a little bit concerned. That's in focus, eh? That's better. Cool. But yeah. So I do think though, so this is the project. So from my understanding, this is all sticky here. This is, yeah, it's like a paint by numbers, but plastic and sticky adhesive. Let's consult the instructions. This is a big old sheet of instructions. I think it's because it's in a bunch of different languages. Yep. Yep. So basically, this is the diamond chart, which is literally, it's basically like a cross-stitch chart, essentially. It's the same thing where you have different like colors corresponding to different symbols, which is cool. Peel back the protective film from the first area to be worked. Do not remove the whole thing. Gradually peel back. That makes sense. We don't have any dusties sticking to this. The charted area is pre-printed with a special adhesive. Take care to recover the adhesive area with protective film when you're not working on the project. Identify the first symbol on the chart to be worked. Locate the symbol and Diamond Dotz number on the key. Blur, blur, blur. Identify the Diamond Dotz. Yeah. Okay, pour the Diamond Dotz into the Diamond Dotz tray. We have the tray. Cool. Diamond Dots are pre-sorted by color and each has their own label. Cool. Twist open the wax caddy. Press the head of the stylus into the wax several times. Very important to load the stylus with wax. Yep. Picked up the diamond dot and placed the diamond dot onto the corresponding symbol of the chart. Recommend to start from the bottom edge of the design and work up. Diamonds can be repositioned after sticking, however, it is recommended to avoid. When you're not working on the project, place the protective film back. If the fabric becomes soiled, be cleaned gently, blah, 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 blah. Cool. Okay. Seems straightforward enough. I feel though, so basically, there's 31 colors. We have our little tray, our glue, or our wax, sorry, our stylus. And do you remember, I feel like I used to get these all the time as a kid at like, yeah, they were like for pencils. I appreciate though that they're providing a little finger, what is it called? What do you call it? Comforter? Finger comfort? Grip comforter? What would we just, I don't know what the scientific term for that is. But yeah, cool. Have we been given 31 little bags? Because that would be ideal. Because I was thinking it probably would be smart to basically like write the symbol on the bag and then put the corresponding diamond dots in the bag. Do you know what I mean? Just because I have a feeling we're not going to be doing the same color like, we're going to, yeah. Huh? Basically, like, what I'm thinking is that we're not going to then do all of the number 1 and then all of the number 2, because then we'd constantly be, like, picking up and putting back down the little flap. So we kind of have to vary what we're doing, which means it would be easier to open all of these, successfully label. That's what I'm thinking, but I'm not sure if we have enough. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. No, they've only given us 10, and there's 31 colors. Maybe we are supposed to do this in order, but then it kind of, like, again, it's counterintuitive because you want me to start in a corner. This is interesting. Okay, we're gonna cut these because I'm afraid if I rip them, I'm gonna end up sprinkling dots everywhere. I'm concerned. That's the only problem of when we unbox things in real time. We then don't know how much actual prep needs to happen before we start doing the thing. So it appears like there's a little bit, but that's fine. We're gonna be working on this all week, so we can take a minute. So we'll just cut these apart, and then I guess we just start. Because why would they not give me all... Whoa. Calm down. It's fine. We're gonna do all these. Put all the bags down. Figure out what we're doing. Oh, you tried to escape. There's a little escapee. So we're gonna do that. Just so you don't fall out. Although you still might. Okay. It was a little bit annoying because obviously when I went to Hobbycraft to pick this up, I had every intention to also pick up a bunch of their Halloween stuff for the penultimate Halloween party happening in October. Because, I don't know, man, this month's gonna go by quick. I just have this inkling that, like, I'm gonna blink and then it's gonna be, like, this September is gonna be over. So I had every intention to pick stuff up, but I kind of don't know what I want. Like, I was looking around at all the different items, and I know, like, there's going to be some kids at the party, so I want some, like, kid crafts and activities, but, like, I don't know which ones. And then I'm like, well, I want, like, I don't know, like, I just have to sort of figure out what gaps I want to fill. But I think the only way I'm going to kind of know that is if I almost take down my current Halloween decorations and then assess maybe, which I don't know, we'll see, because I feel like I have an incomplete vision in my head, therefore I don't know what gaps to fill with it. But it was nice to actually have a visual of, like, what some things look like. For instance, there were these, like, kind of felted table runners, ones that had pumpkins on them, ones that had, like, spider webs and stuff like that. And I do think I want one of those because we usually set up the display cabinets in our kitchen as, like, a drink station sort of thing. And it would be nice to have, like, thematic table runners to go across that. So I wasn't sure if they would be long enough, but I think I could probably get away with 2, to be honest. Or, like, 1.5. But yeah, so it was nice to have a bit of a visual understanding of, like, what those things could look like. The other thing I'm really excited about, but again, I have to figure out where the best place to put this would be, is Hobbycraft is actually doing Halloween piñatas. So they have a pumpkin, like a jack-o'-lantern one, and a ghost one. And I think that would be super fun to have. Like, I can't remember the last time I actually, like, had a piñata, if ever. So I think that would be really fun, but I also don't know if that might be too chaotic with, like, a bunch of dogs and children and people in the house, in and around the house, especially if it is, I'm anticipating it to be, like, a lot of people in the house, so that might be a bit of a problem, but I still really like the idea of it, so we'll have to see. Okay, where to start? probably in the bottom corner. I think I still need probably a pen to write down what the symbols are at least, because then I could maybe get myself, like if I do the first 5 or something in bags, I don't know. I just wish they gave me like enough. I don't know, whatever, it's fine. I'm still gonna go grab a pen though. BRB, 1 second. Hopefully this works. This is a Sharpie, so it should. But yeah, if I can figure out. Okay, so this is a. You know what would have been helpful if I cut these in numerical order. So I wouldn't. That would have been a smart thing to do. But instead, Tasha sort of went a bit silly gooses. So if we let's move these out of the way. So 7, 9, 11, 12, 13, 19, 26, you are 18. Here is number 1. AO1 gets the symbol 1. That's easy enough. Okay. This is 23. Here is 17. This is 15. 14. 8. 30. 25. This is 3. Where is 2? Here is 2. 2 gets a 2. 3 gets a 3. Did I just have 4? I thought I just saw it. There we go. 4 gets an equal sign. 5 is a square. I'm like, I feel like I'm making a mess. Okay, 5, 6 is a T-looking thing. Let's get you out of the way. 7 is a 7. 8. This is so like a cross stitch. Hi! The title of the stream is very accurate. Yeah, I figured you wouldn't be alone. Yeah, I figured I was not alone in this pursuit. Yeah, I figured many a crafter would be in the similar conundrum. All right. Currently organizing all of these little diamond dots. You started to show the. Oh no way! What colors are they gonna be? I love that. See, it's so annoying. I don't know if it's similar where you are, but like it's scheduled to be stupidly hot this week. And I'm like, I'm sorry, it is September. I'm ready for like warm and cozy crunchy leaf time. But the universe was like, nah, it's gonna go up to 30 degrees this week. And I was like, this is rude. This is rude. Hi, Aurora. Good afternoon. I hope things are good. I hope you had a lovely weekend. I'm just organizing these by pattern. It's supposed to be pink and rainbow with rain. Oh It's mostly just pink and red. That's nice though. That's like kind of giving February Valentine's Day colors. That's cool. Yeah, right? 13. Where's 14? There's 14. He's like, truly, right? I'm like, why can't we just be comfy cozy? I just want to be comfy cozy at all times. Please and thank you. But no, soon. It will happen. Though I do remember last year when I had my Halloween party, everyone was boiling. So I do, but then it worked out because my brother-in-law went as is it Kratos? Is that the guy from God of War? And so he was walking around shirtless, covered in like body paint, so he was totally fine, whereas everyone else who had like layers like capes and stuff on were absolutely roasting. And he was like, no. So if anything, he thought he was gonna like be super chilly, and he was actually the most comfortable out of everyone. So I think that'll be the anticipation. It's annoying though. Like I do think, especially with like climate change and stuff, all of the seasons are kind of pushed back. So things are like not gonna kind of cool off probably until the end of October, like early November, which is fine. But then I think that, you know, the aesthetic, like they should basically if crunchy fall leaf season's not going to happen to November, Starbucks needs to keep their PSLs on the menu a lot longer so that, you know, we can enjoy them when the weather is actually appropriate to do so, in my opinion. Okay, 20 is okay. Because when it's really hot, the last thing you want is to have a PSL, but at the same time, you're like, you know, if I don't get this now, it's gonna be like peppermint time before you know it. Where's 21? 21. 21 is H. So, I was only given 10 baggies to put these away in. And so, I'm a little bit annoyed because I feel like I need to probably pick... Like, I can't mix colors. Do you know what I mean? So, and I feel like you're supposed to sort of start on one corner and work your way out. So that means I'm going to be opening a bunch of these bags with, like, nowhere to properly store them. I'm a little bit concerned. It's really cold. Yes, I remember you saying it's very interesting, because I was funny because I was talking to the groomer about that as well. So it's, like, super air-conditioned in the Pets at Home. And so she says, yeah, I'm in here all day. And then she gets out and it, like, hits her like a wave. I'm sure, yeah, it does the exact same thing to you, where you're like, everything's all nice, and if anything, you're probably cold and have to wear a jumper when you're at work, and then you walk, and it's probably like you hit a wall. You like almost walk through like a portal to like hell. You know what I mean? Like, I don't understand. You're like, yeah, truly. You're like, what fresh hell is this? Absolutely. Oops. Okay. Yeah, it's so annoying too, because we just got Shadow some PJs because oh my god, Aurora, that is actually genius. I do have a paint palette, but I couldn't tell you where it is. But that would have been really helpful, because we have like a little tray here, but I'm under the impression that you stick like one color in at a time. Like, I would be concerned that because a lot of these are similar tones, that if I stuck two of the same colors in at the same time, then I would get confused as to which one was which. The only way I could get away with this is obviously if I mix two, like if I put two colors that are completely different, like a green and a blue, then I think it'll be okay. But yeah, that's the only way so far that I could see this working out. Yeah, I was gonna say, Nungde, you do diamond painting, so how doth you organize your stuff? I guess that makes sense. You have the individual little boxes, so then when you open all the little baggies, they have somewhere to go. that would be helpful, actually. 24 is a circle. Got off Amazon. Yeah. I do have another tray, actually, from the old kit. I'm wondering if I have it, like, from the little kit that Liam got me years ago. I might still have some of the components of that, and so that might be helpful in terms of giving us more options to separate things. Let me finish coding this, and then I will go and see. The only thing I can think of, though, I basically have this, like, box under my computer desk that's just full of all the crafts, like the one-off crafts that I've not done very often. Or, like, won't be touching or whatever. So I am concerned that it's, like, at the bottom of that giant Tupperware box. But then I don't know if I'm gonna find it easily or if I'm gonna be, like, scrounging around there for a while. And 31. Okay, things are labeled. Hello, Hellas! Good afternoon. I hope things are well with you. Oh, that's awesome, Ningday. Yeah, that's super cute. See, the thing is, though, that makes sense if we're going to invest in making this a more long-term thing. But we don't know if this is a kit, a one-off kit situation. Yeah. Honestly, I'm surprised I'm not more so. I think sitting in front of a fan as soon as I got home from Shadow, like with Shadow from the groomer, was a good call. That was ideal. But yeah. I'm surprised. Are you not in your office? Are you not in the office today? That's the only thing that I think Liam kind of likes when he's in the office, when it's super hot like this. Because then his office is like fully air conditioned, which is very helpful in these situations. Okay, I'm gonna go see if this is if the random like bits left over from a previous Diamond Dotz project are from home today. Oh no. That's rude. That's unfortunate. Okay, so I'm going to attempt to go find some stuff. I'll leave you guys to stare at the chaos of all of these bags of dots. If I'm not back, if I can't find it right away, we're just gonna fucking wing it. But I'm gonna see if I can. I'm gonna go see. So BRB, talk amongst yourselves. I'll see what I can find. Huzzah! I have returned. So, I found the previous thing, and then I also found this guy, this multi-tool here, that apparently I think you can pick up multiple dots and stick them, though I don't know why. Okay, they were tiny project. How come this project gives me one stylus? The shit from Amazon gave me like 5 for like 2 projects. I don't understand. Okay. But I also have more baggies. Mind you, I think they're all full of other colored dots. But I do have another tray. So that's good. Ooh, I have... Wait a second. Okay. Excuse me. This Amazon purchase with the tiniest little sticker dudes gave me 3 trays. See, now we're in business. I'm sorry. Now we have 4 trays. I feel much better about this. Cause then we can do a butt ton. I feel better. This is good. This is okay. All right. Excellent. Now we're talking. Who knew? Who knew that, you know, the silly little cheapo version was gonna be much better than the other one. All right. Okay, now we need to figure out, so we need to figure out which of these dots. So K is 20. So we need this guy. So basically I'm gonna put aside, I'm gonna count like, okay, which one is, okay, that one's 8. This one is a cross, which is 15. I don't know why I didn't think that this was gonna take, like, this is gonna take just as much prep as, like, prepping a new cross stitch. I don't know why my brain is like, this is just like cross stitch, and then didn't think that it was gonna take as much prep as starting a new cross stitch would. But that's on me. That's on me. Okay, 21. Okay. How many do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4. If they're like contrasty enough, I think we can add 6, maybe. Or maybe we start with this? I don't know. Okay, what are you? You are 14? Your biggest has 48 colors. Dang, this one has 31. And I'm already overwhelmed, so I can't even imagine. Jeez. Oi, oi. Hello, Saul. How are you doing today, sir? Okay, are we gonna try to do 8? 1, 2, we're gonna try to do 8. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Which one is 7? 7. Duh. 7. You got up! Hey! Amazing. That, honestly, sometimes that's half the battle. That's all the battle some days. Some days, that is just the battle. I'm trying to 54. Trust, Hellas. If you get into cross stitching, you will become aware that, you know, there are multiple colors that are one off of a shade, and you absolutely cannot substitute one for the other. You need to have both. It's ridiculous. My biggest cross stitch. Yeah, okay, yeah, but that's, yeah, Nungdae is very ambitious when it comes to her craft projects. We are diamond painting, Saul. If you don't know, for the uninitiated, diamond painting is when we take tiny microplastics, tiny bits of plastic in the shape of little fancy faceted circles, and stick them on a tacky surface. And then it makes something pretty. Specifically, we are recreating Vincent van Gogh's Starry Night painting in tiny bits of plastic. Oh my goodness. Haha. Haha. Yeah, Doomday, I don't understand. How far are you along? How many stitches have you done so far? Because I know you've been putting the effort in. Thank you, Phalanx. Yeah, I'm so pissed you've still not gotten the raise. Yeah. I honestly, like, I know you're planning on moving out of town, so you need to blow this popsicle stand, get a job that appreciates you. Because it's honestly garbage that this place doesn't. Okay, and then what's the square? 5. 5. Okay. I think that's how many do we have? Just under 8%. Honestly, though, truly, Doomday, the fact that you're almost at 10% is incredible. Okay, so we have what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, we have 8 so far. So we need to just place these all off to the side for now. And we're gonna start on the bottom left corner. So, what we need to do is get out our dots, and I'm gonna try to put the corresponding colors together. So I'm gonna oh my god. Yes. Kindred, fellow crafty person with thousands of WIPS. Welcome to the club, right? Okay. Oh my goodness. So we're just gonna, yeah. Put the tiny plastics in the container and hope that we don't lose track of what is what. So that is 7, and we're gonna put complementary sticky pokey color, which is 14, in here with it. Is that a good idea? I don't know, but we're doing it anyway. If they're contrasting, hopefully that means we will remember what they are. Like, I'm gonna spend most of the time just observing from yeah, of course. Aw, dude, if you need to go sleep, because I know you work nights, so my dude, please go take care of yourself if you need to. Obviously, I appreciate you stopping by. But take care of yourself. Yeah. I'm trying to do one of those paintings. Really? I don't know. Yeah, honestly, I'm a little bit concerned because one wrong move and all these tiny plastics go flying. This kind of reminds me of, oh, that's actually a really clever idea, Hellas. That's actually, see, that's some big brain thinking right there. See, Hellas is doing some big brain thinking, and we are just, yeah. There you go. There you go. Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, yes. You are correct. Why would I, yes. No, see, that's, That's some big brain thinking right there, because I was just gonna wing it and then have a pile of baggies and not know which one was which. So I'm glad somebody is here to provide logic and reason. Thank you for counterbalancing the absolute chaos that is my brain attempting this new project. Okay. Hopefully, at least we have like the complementary corresponding. I'm just that's okay. I feel, you know, I think some pragmatism is necessary. Do it without the bags. Yeah, no, this is, yeah. This is the chaos that we, I don't know. I think once we know what we're doing, once we get going. Oh, I couldn't even imagine. Though, to be fair, I feel like there is a certain sense of not blinking that needs to happen when you're focusing on these things. Truly, truly. Pharmaflax just comes in here and chooses violence. But that's okay. We let him stay. All right. Oh no! Oh no! There we go. There we go. Oh no! We've already dropped one. That's it. Oh no, I found it. I found it. At least, I don't know. These are slightly bigger than beads, which is good. Because I feel like this is the same issue I have when I'm doing like, making like necklaces with seed beads. Mind you, I do not have this many colors on the go with a seed bead, at a time. Yeah, have we not? I've shown you these before, I thought. They're my coasters. So they're little, like, recreations of PlayStation games. So I have all of the Tomb Raiders, and then I have some other random ones. Yeah! Yeah, you remember. These old gems. Yeah. Mind you, they're looking a little scuffed. But I guess that just means that they're getting good use. We definitely use them quite a bit. Though I do feel bad because one time I was painting my nails and I stuck my like acetone soaked cotton pad on one of these, and I guess this plastic and the acetone are not very compatible. So now it's like there's kind of like a acetone burn with like a cotton bud stuck to. I think it's one of the Tomb Raiders, unfortunately, which is very sad, but I didn't know that was gonna happen, so. Maybe. That is an excellent question. No, I was gonna say when he gets angry, he chops off his ear, but I don't think it's when he's angry, it's when he's sad and forlorn that he does it. I know there's a movie, I can't remember when it came out. To be fair, you were on fire. You were like hit after hit after hit. And they were puns too, which you know are my favorite. But yeah, I'm pretty sure there's a movie that's like a kind of like a stop motion sort of film, but they do it all in the style of like Van Gogh paintings, and it's about Van Gogh. I feel like Saoirse Ronan's in it. Don't quote me on it though. But yeah. Okay. So the goal here, friends, is to not knock these over. Okay? We're gonna be very chill about this. So this is basically I think the wax is used to help you pick up the, to pick up the diamonds to then attach them to the thing. Apparently you're supposed to really load this up, though I can't really tell what's happening right now. I don't even know if this is doing anything, but we're just gonna... Oh, you know why it's not doing anything? Because there's a little piece of plastic over top of it. That would have been helpful to know. I was like, why is nothing happening? Because there's a bit of plastic over top of this. Loving Vincent! Yes, that is correct. Thank you for that, Saul. Yeah, I've never seen it, but it looks interesting. There we go. Now shit's happening. It would have been helpful to do that from the get-go. There we go. Yeah, true. Okay. So, we're supposed to peel up a little bit of this at a time. And then start, oh, balls. Oh, no, because, okay. I was like, how do I know which one is which? We did put different competing colors in. And this is a K, which looks like a green, so I'm assuming that that is this. Okay, first dot down. Let's do this. I was so like, oh my god, I thought I fucked up, but I put enough complementary color. Yeah. It's fine. It's all good. Okay. And then, literally, we just take the diamonds and we place them on the thing. And then we just do this a bajillion more times. Sound good? Sound like a plan? Oh, is that a pink one accidentally? Yes. But yeah, for whatever reason, well, not for whatever reason, I know what the reason is, but yeah, I've always been obsessed with the Van Gogh Starry Night painting. Again, like I said, in the 11th grade, in my English class, we did like a micro unit all about like madness and literary madness. And so, or like, yeah, just like different sort of representations of madness in media. And one of the things was we listened to the song Starry Night. But that song, I can't tell you who the artist was. I'm bad at that. It's basically about Vincent van Gogh, and it's inspired by this piece of art. And then we also looked at the painting The Scream. We read The Yellow Wallpaper by Charlotte Perkins Gilman. If you guys don't know about that one, it's like a short story about a woman in the Victorian era who's basically sentenced to basically like bed rest. Like back in the Victorian era, people were being treated for like hysteria. And that was like you had to go to the sea and basically relax the whole time. But what was happening is she was basically like driving herself crazy, and like she was confined to this room that had yellow wallpaper in it, and then it's just kind of about her descent into madness. And so there's like this thing where, you know, especially in the Victorian era, a lot of women were like deemed mad just because they were sort of like problematic, and then it's like the cure for their madness really like makes them mad, you know, so sort of that like chicken or the egg thing, like what came first, the madness or the treatment to make the person mad. So yeah, I always thought that was an interesting thing. Did you cross the bin? Yeah. No, we didn't. All right, so put a few more of these in here. Yeah. Oh, absolutely. But yeah, no, and then, because of course then too, that extends to, especially during like the Victorian times, the concepts of like asylums, and yeah, I don't know, like I've always just had like a morbid curiosity and morbid fascination with it. I think as well, like as somebody who has like a diagnosed mental illness, I always thought it was interesting, especially too, like, not being funny. Like, I don't know if you've ever seen those, like, Victorian, like, they'll have booklets or something, like, the reasons why people might be committed to asylums, and some of them are just, like, speaks out, enjoys reading, like, desires to be educated, and stuff like that. And so you look at some of the, like, old-timey reasons why people were, like, considered mad, and you're like, oh, I would have been locked up in a heartbeat. And that's, like, outside of the fact that I actually have, like, mental health stuff. So I always find that interesting. One of the other things that because then that was inspired by, and another thing I like, though I think she has been considered to be quite problematic in the past, is the artist Emily Autumn. And so she has this book that she wrote. Oh, thank you so much for the resub, Sol. I appreciate you. Thank you very much. So she has this book story called The Asylum for Wayward Victorian Girls. And it's sort of, I guess it's sort of been proven to not be true. I don't know. There's complications around it, whether or not there's a section that's sort of like meant to be autobiographical, and then it also takes place in the Victorian era with another Emily. And so there's sort of like moving pieces to that. And so I think there was concerns about the part that's meant to sort of be semi-autobiographical being like farcical or a retelling or whatever. Aside from that, the actual concept of the story itself I found very fascinating. because I think, and again, I think there are people maybe who legitimately needed or wanted to be institutionalized, but I do think a lot of the times it seemed like within the Victorian era, people who had money would institutionalize people who were basically like problematic, you know, like if you didn't conform to upper echelon societal ideals, they would like silence you in different ways, right? And so I think the last resort was like, okay, listen, you don't know your place in society, so we're just going to remove you from society and place you in an asylum. But yeah, so I always find that very interesting. So hence why, you know, it sort of started with this 11th grade, like, mini unit that we did in class and sort of, you know, turned into a sort of, you know, lifelong fascination with the concept of madness and the understanding of madness. And hence my interest in Starry Night. Because Van Gogh was sort of notably a very troubled person. And apparently, again, I don't know all this. It's been a while since I've looked into it. But I'm pretty sure he, like, died penniless, and it was only posthumously that his artwork ended up, like, becoming world-renowned. And, yeah. So, he's a man with a troubled past. But for whatever reason, this painting specifically I quite enjoy. But yeah, I don't know if I'm misremembering, but I'm pretty sure, yeah, he died. It's kind of like I don't know if it's the same with Shakespeare, but I'm pretty sure Shakespeare was like a broke playwright, and it took a while for his stuff to get off the ground. But yeah, I think Van Gogh was the same. I think he also died under kind of mysterious circumstances as well, where people aren't sure if he was killed or if he died by suicide. You have to go be like, yeah, not a problem. Again, I appreciate any amount of time you get to stop by, Saul. You know, it's on me for not being here sooner. I hope you have an amazing stream and enjoy. Go be silly. Go have fun. I'll still be here dotting away. But yeah, so I don't think... Yeah, I think actually there was... I don't know if it was... It wasn't like a Ghost Files, but I know that Ryan Bergara and Shane Madej, I think they did something while they were still at BuzzFeed where they were looking into the likelihood of whether or not the death of Van Gogh was self-inflicted or if it was done to him. So they were trying to figure out, because I think it was like a gunshot wound to the chest or something. I'm not sure. So I'm more time joking here. That's all right. Yeah. I know, it takes me a while to get going, and then as soon as I get going, you gotta get going, and that's just the way it is sometimes. Okay. So now... let's do these guys. So you can slowly see it coming together. You can kind of very slowly see all the little dots. This is one of those pieces too that I think because like it's like there's a lot of subtle gradienting. So this would also be a cross, like if this was a cross stitch pattern, it would also be one of those ones that is like super intricate and detailed. So there would be like all of the colors. Like I think there's like a row of colors in here that are like all just one shade off, because in order to get like a proper gradient, you need that. Oops. H. Right, cool. But yeah, hope everyone had a good weekend. The reason I wasn't streaming on Friday is because I went down to the coast for the weekend for it was my mother-in-law's birthday present. So basically her whole thing, because Liam comes from a massive family, and as everyone gets older, they, like, you know, everyone spreads out, has their own thing going on. But one of her favorite things in the whole entire world is having all of her immediate family under one roof. But obviously I had mentioned before that the immediate family currently encompasses 9. So it is quite difficult to arrange something like that. So luckily, Liam and I were able to arrange that so that we could get everybody down there for the weekend. And it was meant to, like, rain the whole time. Originally, when I checked the forecast, and I was like, oh man, like, that's a shame, but, like, there's a hot tub and whatever, and, like, we can hang out inside and be chill. So I fully was, like, you know, wearing long sleeves, you know, there's no need for shorts, like, all this kind of stuff. Oh boy, was I wrong. We got down there, and I also thought too, like, literally this, like, cottage was right by the sea. So usually when you're down by the coast, you have, like, the coastal air to, like, cool you down. It was not doing its job. The wind was not winding. We were obviously on the part of the coast that wasn't getting any wind, so it was a little bit sweaty, but it was still such a lovely time. Oh my god. I just exploded this. It's fine. It didn't spill. It just kind of jumped out. But no, it was a lot of fun. Obviously it was short, but it was enough, you know? I always find it so interesting though when you stay at, like, yeah, truly is. That is 100% facts. But it's always so funny to me when you go to, like a bougie, you know, cottage or whatever, and, like, aesthetically it looks so cute, like, it's so pretty and all this kind of stuff, and then you lay on the bed, and all of these holiday homes always have the crappiest mattresses. It's like they take, you know, their personal used mattress from, like, 6 years ago, and we're like, we don't want to invest, we're just gonna bung that on there. And, like, I understand because, like, I don't know, people can, if you're renting out a place, it can be misused and then people could, like, take the piss or whatever. But I feel like with a mattress, like, unless somebody's being really psycho and, like, stabbing the mattress with a knife or something like that, like, I don't think you can really damage a mattress if you, like, put the proper mattress cover and, like, the proper sheets over top of it, you know what I mean? So I always just think, like, if I was ever in the position where I, like, would have a holiday home and, like, rent out a cottage to people, I would invest in, like, decent mattresses, decent, like, sitting arrangements. Because the other thing, too, is, I love it. I'm just gonna, like, shit on this place. No, it was lovely. I promise you it was lovely. But I always find it interesting, especially when we look for dog-friendly cottages. They're always like, yeah, like, they're super dog-friendly, and then the fine print is always like, don't let the animals on the furniture. The dog can't do this. The dog can't do that. Blah, 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 blah. And it's like, I'm sorry, like, our dog, like, I don't know, it's one of those where I find it very difficult to be like, obviously our dog is gonna do what he would normally do at home in order to feel comfortable, and he hangs out on our sofa, so then to suddenly tell him you can't be on a sofa is, like, kind of strange. So we always bring our own blankets. We just basically cover all the surfaces with blankets because we're like, he's gonna get up there whether we want him to or not. At least then, if he does get mud or get whatever, then it's like, well, I don't know, like, it's, yeah, like, it's one of those things where you're just kind of like, well, at least then we're covered and it's not a problem because we're like, we've covered our bases to make sure that he's not gonna, like, ruin your stuff or whatever. But the very first holiday that Shadow, like, that Liam and I took Shadow away to, we went to a place and they had a sofa cover. And I'm like, it's so easy for you to buy those where you can get, like, really cute ones too to, like, cover your sofa. And then that way, if, like, kids' muddy shoes are on there, if people are eating and they spill crumbs or whatever, you just take the whole cover off and wash it and stick it back on. that just seems like the most logical thing for me if you're deciding to, like, rent out your property and make it a dog-friendly property. Like, there's little things that I'm like, you know that you could do this and it would actually, like, make your life easier and it would make sense. You know what I mean? Yeah. Oh, that's the other thing, too. Yeah, if they're like, we have Wi-Fi, and you're like, yeah, it's like 2 bars. It's like 2G. Doesn't even exist. It's like almost dial-up. Like, you'd almost rather have dial-up. Yeah. It's true. It's true. It's one of those where you're like, you should be honored. Though I did notice, so I did a post on Shadow's Instagram of, like, a compilation of the weekend. And I had a couple really cute photos of him, like, curled up on the sofa. And I was like, I don't think I should post these, because what if the holiday home, like, me thinking that Shadow's, like, so super important. But yeah, I'm like, oh, what if the company, like, finds out because they can physically see Shadow on the sofa and then we get in trouble. So I had to keep the cute Shadow sofa photos off the gram. My phone 5G was faster. Yeah. To be fair, in the defense of the Wi-Fi that we had, it was really slow, but that's only because my brother-in-law decided he wanted to download Skyrim on his Steam Deck during that weekend. So the entire time we're like, why is everything taking so long to buffer? And we're like, oh, you're trying to do a massive download on the cottage Wi-Fi. It wasn't that bad though. It just was so funny. We're like, why is this buffering for so long? And you're like, that's why. Oh, it was so funny, but it was okay. I think it was good though, because I brought my cross stitch, so I brought my Howl's Moving Castle cross stitch, and I got a bunch done on it, which is cool, because I think I told you guys, he could have, yeah. No. And the thing, too, is I don't even know if he ended up playing it the entire time he was there. Like, once he downloaded it, I don't think he played it at all. But, you know, it was more like, oh, well, while I'm here doing other things, I might as well download a game. Maybe he played it on the ride home. Maybe that's what he did. Maybe that's what he did. I'm not sure, though. But, yeah, so funny. But, yeah, so I brought down my cross-stitch, because we were just, like, hanging out. There wasn't, like, we weren't going to go into town or, like, do anything sort of crazy. Which was good, because then I got more done. Because I think I don't know if I told you guys. Probably took the whole weekend. Yeah, I'm not sure when he started it. I think it at least took the entire day. Yeah, it took the entire day, and then... Yeah, you know what it was? Because then Liam checked, because I think, like, again, something was taking a long time to buffer. And so then he checked the Steam Deck and was like, oh, this is downloaded. Now it's just doing an update of another game. And he's like, stopping that? Absolutely not. Yeah. Now I'm wondering if it was, I can't remember now, if he was downloading Skyrim or if he was downloading another game and then Skyrim wanted to update. I can't remember, but it was still something that did take, like, most of the day. Yeah, Liam was like, immediately no. You've done what you needed to do. But yeah, so I bet my mom. To be fair, I did not. I feel like I didn't agree to this bet, but it still happened. Where my mom bet me that I would finish my Howl's Moving Castle cross stitch before they came back in November. So I'm almost done the, like, top third of it. But yeah, I still gotta make a move on that. I think the, my cross-stitch counting app said that it'll probably take me, like, 19 stitching days based on, like, the average that I've been doing. Which is good, but, you know, I need to actually sit down and take 19 days to do that. But we'll see. We'll find time. I'll find time. She says as she starts a whole new project. But it's good. I can do it off stream. If I get my shit together and remember. But yeah. So yes, today was spent, so yeah, the weekend was really nice. We had a lovely time, and then this week is a little busy. Oh, it was so funny. So I've been trying to, I don't know if I told you guys how I've been trying to arrange a video chat with one of my friends back in Canada. And we, like, picked a date, And then I was like, cool, are you ready to chat? It was the Friday. It was the Friday before, like, we were about to drive down. I was like, cool, I'll video chat with her, and then we'll go down. And then she was like, oh, man, like, I have this really bad cough, and I'm on my way to my OB to, like, figure out what the plan is, because she's, like, ready to pop, right? Like, she's in her birth window. She's getting induced. She got, her induction date was, I think, the 6th. So her induction date was tomorrow. Or is tomorrow, I guess. And so she was like, I need to sort of figure out what the plan is if I'm, like, coughing up along what's going on. And I was like, that's fine. Like, we can rearrange for Monday. Like, let's try again sort of thing. So then Monday rolls around. I guess that's yesterday. And so she messages me in the morning. And she's like, I'm really sorry, but I have to cancel again. But I promise I have a really good reason. I'm like, it honestly doesn't matter. Like, you're literally, like, pregnant. Like, it's, like, you know what I mean? She has a toddler. Whatever. You do what you do. She's like, yeah, baby decided to come early. So her baby was born, I think, that Monday morning. So I think she, like, went into labor at, like, 11 p.m. on the Sunday, and then the Monday he arrived. So she's like, so yeah, I kind of can't video chat today for the best, like, for a good reason. And I'm like, yeah, that sounds like a pretty damn good reason. Because we were trying to, like, almost, like, beat the clock, because it was like, well, if we don't video chat before she's induced on the 5th, then, like, you know, she's gonna be in, like, brand new mom mode. Like, I don't know when I'm gonna have a chance to talk to her. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see when, but no, baby is good. She's good. I think actually her birth went really well. I didn't realize, I'd never asked her about it, but I think she had maybe some complications with her firstborn. So any of her, like, birthing trauma disappeared with this with the second birth, which I think is, like, the best way to go. Because the amount of things that I feel like people don't talk about, like, how, yes, it's a very wonderful thing to, like, bring new life into the world and stuff like that. And obviously when they're here, babies are great and we love them. But, like, I feel like sometimes the potential trauma that, like, mothers go through giving the birth, like, doesn't get given enough attention. You know what I mean? Where you're kind of like, especially if there's complications, and it's like, okay, like, that's actually really traumatic, and you should be able to have time to process that. And it's like, but you have a child. You literally, like, don't have time to sit there and be like, like, I almost died. Like, that was really stressful. Or, like, the baby almost died. Or, like, whatever. Like, that can be so, I can't even imagine. So, yeah, I feel like it's important for people, like, it's not a bad thing, and I feel like you shouldn't be shamed for being like, yeah, no, my birth sucked. Do you know what I mean? It's like, yeah, the baby's here now, and we love them, and it's amazing, but, like, also that can be scary and traumatic, and it's okay that that's fine. You know what I mean? Just feel like that should be normalized. I feel like it should be normalized. Like, yeah, your insides got ripped open, maybe, and you're, like, kind of maybe upset about that, and maybe need to process that. I feel like you should be allowed to do that and not just, like, gloss over the fact, like, but it's a baby and it's cute and we love them. And it's like, yes, and this was shitty. Like, both can exist at the same time. You know what I mean? Oh, kiddo had his first day back at school. I'm glad he had a good time. That must mean that my nephew is back at school this week, too. I hope he's having a good time. I'm sure he missed his friends. I think he's probably doing well. Where was fast? He's got in the hospital. Oh, wow. That's amazing. Oh, that's so funny. I've known a few people who have had that story as well, where they're like, oh, I want to do a water birth. And by the time it happens, it's like, there's not enough time. Baby's coming, like, figure it out. You know what I mean? I think when my mom had me, like, it was, like, raring to go. She didn't even have a chance to, like, get an epidural or something like that. It was like, nah, dude, like, you need to start pushing now. And it's like, you're complicated? Yeah. I don't know if, like, the birth of me and my brother was complicated, but I know the aftermath was complicated, because we were both, like, pretty sick. Like, I was born 6 weeks premature, so I had to be, like, incubated for a while. My brother had, like, really, really bad asthma, so he was, like, on a ventilator multiple times a day, like, all this kind of stuff, so, I mean, I kind of did, so, yeah, yup. In a way, you're right. You're like, I kind of had, like, a DIY water birth. Oh my god, she was trying to jump the key. Yeah. Really? Oh no. Oh, what a bitch. Just kidding. That was rude. Your twin sister was like, let me out of here. And you were like, please, no. No. Yeah, honestly. She was like, one twin to rule them all. And you were like, hi. I'm also here too, please. Rebecca! Hello. Aw. You did catch me live. You caught me live. Oh, she stole all your nutrients in the womb, too. That's rude.
It's tea time.
I bet you're thriving, though. Well, I know you're thriving. I was gonna say, yeah, and I bet she's not, but that would be really rude. To be like, I hope your sister's not thriving. Like, no, I hope she is. I hope you both are. That was unnecessarily vindictive. I'm now holding a grudge of, like, baby Hellas, of like, yeah, you took all the nutrients in the womb. I hope now you're sickly. I'm sorry, I take that back. That was extremely inappropriate. This was sideways. Oh, yeah, Oh, dislocated hips. Oh, that's a shame. Yeah, my friend had that too with her, I think it was her firstborn. And she even got induced, and she was in labor for like a long time. And then they were like, oh, he's actually breached. And it's like, so I was in labor for like multiple hours and didn't need to be because you guys missed this. Which is rude. Yeah. She's thriving. Exactly. I'm glad. They should try to. Yeah. Yeah, really. The nursery last kid, is it? Really? Twins for the win. Absolutely. That's, honestly, like, I'm sure it has its benefits, like, its downsides and its benefits, but I always thought, you know, it's because I grew up with the Olsen twins, you know what I mean? That, like, the concept, and, like, the Parent Trap starring Lindsay Lohan, like, you know, I feel like in the 90s, twins were, like, really fashionable and popular, and I wanted to be one. Yeah, birth and twins. Birth trauma and twins. But we will also take a drink break and do some stretching. And check our posture, so thank you for that. But yes, and we're also diamond painting, which is when you take tiny little circular bits of plastic and you stick it on a sticky back in like a paint by number style. And we are paint by numbering the Vincent van Gogh painting Starry Night. Yeah, that would definitely be the matching outfits. Oh my goodness. There were a set of twins. I never met them, but I saw them at my university, so at uni. And like they still dressed the same, even as like university students. So they would like wear jeans and they would wear like the same colored, like the same shirt, but one would have like a blue one and one would have a red one. And like they were still doing that like in their 20s. And I was like, okay. Exactly, yeah, always got a homie. Was estás? I don't know what lecker means, but this is, right, yes. Oh, yeah. Oh, I was also a child who was empowered to pick their own outfits, and so I used to make dress-up clothes my attire for school. So I had this like pink satiny nightgown in my dress-up clothes box that I would just wear to kindergarten. And my mom was a Mary Kay consultant, so I'd rock up with like bright red lipstick and like a satin pink nightgown over top of my outfit, being like, I'm ready for school. Oh, what is it? Yes, it's aloe vera water, Probacus. So it's got tiny little floaty aloes in it, and it is delicious, and I do love it. Princess Tasha, yeah, truly. Honestly. Diva Tasha from a young age. Oh, cool. You're my friend. Oh, cool. That's really cool. Yeah, real twins and furry twins. I like that. Yeah, that's interesting too. There's a woman I follow on Instagram who has twin daughters. And they're always wearing matching clothes, and everyone's like, why do you dress your kids in matching clothes? And she's like, I don't. I let them pick their clothes, and they coordinate with each other, and I just let it happen. And I'm like, that's cute. Yeah. Yeah, no, Nunge's not a fan of the stuff in your beverage. Yeah. Where's my boba haters? You would hate aloe. Yeah, no, I like aloe vera. I don't know. I like when there's like a snack in my water. You know what I mean? I have something to chew. Combining two things at once. Give boba. Yeah. Yeah, I can't do boba. Yeah, no, I do. I love boba. I don't even know how I came across aloe water. You know what it is? It probably was a thing where I was at the grocery store with my parents, and I'm a sucker for trying like random new weird things, especially if they're gluten-free. I'm like, I will try anything once. So I was like, let me try this strange magical beverage, and it had little aloe pieces in it, and I was like, this I like. Yeah. Truly. Love some boba. I was a little bit annoyed after Liam and I moved into our house. We lived in like an apartment on the high, like above a shop on the high street. And after we moved, I think like 2 sushi restaurants, a Thai food place, and a boba shop opened on the high street. And I was like, I'm sorry, why weren't you here the multiple years I lived here? I would have been walking down to get boba every single day. Boba, booba, as long as it starts with a B. Yeah, do you like boba? Yeah, is bubble tea big in Greece, Probakis? Do the Greeks love boba tea? Where's my 7? 7! It's so weird because when I look at this, it doesn't look like there's any glue on it at all. And then I touch it and I'm like, it's very tacky. It isn't, but we can make it a reality. Oh, that's interesting. I'm surprised. Yeah, boba's not. But I think too, like, especially in, like the States and in the UK and stuff like that, I think, like K-pop and Japanese culture and stuff like that is very popular. So it makes sense that like there would be more sort of boba. There would be a bigger boba buzz over here. Grease and hot drinks don't go well. Yeah, no, this is cold. It's bubble tea is cold. Though I think you can get hot ones, but usually it's cold. It's usually like yeah. It's usually like a cold milk tea with tapioca pearls at the bottom. The boba is basically like tapioca pearls at the bottom of a drink. Quick question. Okie dokie. What would be a DBZ Harvest Moon crossover? I never played Harvest Moon. I have very limited knowledge of Dragon Ball Z, but I knew what DBZ stood for, so I feel like I get points for that. But yeah, I don't know anything about Harvest Moon. I think my friend played that. The only game I'm like aware of in that realm is like Animal Crossing. Maybe someone else has an opinion. I have a friend that's told, and she's writing a fanfic about it. Hey man, why not? People make crossovers of all sorts of things. That would be interesting. But yeah, I wouldn't know. I don't know enough about Harvest Moon. Seems like it does seem like a very random combination, but I think that's what the joy of fanfic is you can just like put the most random stuff together and make something chaotically beautiful. Yeah. That's what I'm aware of the kind of game it is, but I don't know any of the characters. Like Harvest Moon. Oh, maybe. Yeah. Like it may not be like the characters on Harvest Moon, but it's like the island, the Harvest Moon Island is housing all of the Dragon Ball Z characters, maybe. That's interesting. I was just assuming it would be like 2 different characters. But I didn't even think, like, yeah, it could be combining components, but not necessarily. You'll have to ask for further details from your friend. You'll have to ask some clarifying questions. Definitely different. Just oh, amazing. See, I don't think there is there isn't one near us that does delivery. Though maybe they do now, because there is one, again, down the road. Oh man, maybe they do. That's a dangerous game for me to play. But maybe. Though, I don't know if they have any issue with trying to deliver it down here. Oh, do you guys want to know some actual bullshit? Also, hot tip for diamond painting, use blue tack instead of the wax that comes with it. Oh, interesting. That makes sense, because then it's like the wax sort of dissipates, whereas the blue tack probably sticks around a lot longer. Mm-hmm. Yeah, yes. Yeah, so some bullshit. So we got back from our holiday, and there was a letter in our mailbox from the Bexley Council. From our city council. And they're going to basically stop collecting our rubbish because our bins are down the alleyway, and the alleyway is not considered a public road, so the council doesn't have to maintain it. And because it's a private road, it's like come on to disrepair, right? And we already tell everyone it's the bumpiest thing ever. So we got a letter in our mailbox being like, due to the like shittiness of this back alleyway, after like we get back on the Sunday, they sent the letter on the Friday, so like basically from the Sunday we'll be doing our last collection down this alleyway, and then in the following like days we're gonna send you other options of how you can dispose of your rubbish. So basically they're like, we're not coming to collect it anymore. And I'm like, well, apparently it's down to the individual, like us. But apparently, because I know my in-laws also have an alleyway behind theirs, and I guess there was a thing where, like, you could pay, like, all of the members of the street could pay the council. I guess the council has a certain amount of money set aside that then if we match it, they can then pave the back alleyway. But all of the people on the street have to agree to put money towards that. And I don't think everybody wants to do that. Though, I was saying to Liam, if they are deciding they don't want to, like, collect our rubbish down here, that might encourage people to want to actually shell out the money to get it paved. Because then that would ensure that we actually get the rubbish collection. The only thing we're thinking of, which would be a huge pain in the ass, though, is they either will give us the option, because I don't think they can collect it from the front, because the highway is right there, and there is no access to the fronts of some of these houses from, like, the main highway, right? So the other option we're thinking that they would suggest to us is they're either going to want us to walk our bins down the alleyway to, like, the end of the road, which is like a 7-minute walk. So to bring our bins like a 7-minute walk down the road to be collected on a main road. Or I guess like either down at the end there or down the sort of road that's parallel to our alleyway. But then I think that's going to piss off all of the people whose houses are along that road because they have their rubbish being collected on there. And all of a sudden there's going to be like 20 houses that then put their rubbish up there too. So I'm like, okay. And then also, to not being funny, they've not actually given us... So normally our rubbish gets collected on the Tuesday, which is today. But obviously they did their final collection on Sunday. And then they're supposed to give us further instructions. Yeah, right? Exactly. And there is a lot of older people living down the alleyway. So I don't know what that, yeah, like mobility is going to be a problem. Also, if it's possible to that much. Right. Yes, this is true. That's a fair point. I think the thing I was concerned of, Nungde, is because these are loose, I was going to pour a little bit in, and then I didn't know what to do with these. But you're right. That makes a lot more sense. Lesson learned. The next round, we will not go as apeshit with the colors, with the fill. But yeah, so I'm not sure what our options are, because again, unless they've left something today while I was away at the groomer with Shadow, they've not given us what our options are now. And obviously we need to figure that out. Yeah, we have, I was given 10, but there's 31 colors. I guess I could be mixing some stuff. I could probably mix my contrasting colors and like stick the bags and label those, maybe. I do have bigger plastic bags too that I guess I could stick them in, but that feels like, I don't know, I need like tiny little sandwich bags. I don't have any of those. Oops. That is a future Tasha investment for sure. But yeah, so that'll be interesting, especially it was a real pain in the ass actually too, because, at the holiday, I can't mix colors. Yeah. See, I don't have enough baggies for that though. I don't have enough baggies to not mix colors. I don't have amazing organizational Tic Tac boxes like you, Nungde. We are Wild Westing over here. This is the Wild West. The Wild West of diamond painting. But yeah, so at the holiday home, we were supposed to, you know, get rid of the rubbish like you do. And the rubbish, so they have, you know, rubbish, cardboard recycling, tin, glass recycling. The cardboard and the tin and glass rubbish were completely full when we got there. And we're like, okay, we can't leave all of our cans at the house. And then, so Liam and I ended up taking a bag full of tin recycling home from the weekend just to get home for the council to be like, yeah, we're not collecting your rubbish anymore. So now our bin, it's not full, but it's like 2/3 of the way full, if not like 3/4 of the way full. And we're like, well, that's a bit annoying. If we knew that was the case, we probably would have pawned it off on somebody else, like on our, like another person to be like, you take this home because you can actually get it picked up. We can't. Yeah. Little sewing clips. Oh. Wonder if you could put them back in the bag. Oh, yeah. No, I don't have the clips. I have magnet ones. But yeah, that would have been smart if I had the little sewing clips. The other thing I do have is I do have this. It has little like odds and ends from like for jewelry making in them, but they're all individually bagged. So I feel like I could take all these little individual baggies out and then use this as a storage solution. So we have options. I'm gonna try to use up as much obviously of these as I can, and then we'll go from there. They're making us separate everything for recycling now, and will refuse to take it if they see a wrong item in the bag. Ugh. Yeah, that's the thing that's really frustrating too. I always think it's really interesting because sometimes I'll be walking with Shadow and I'll come across a house that will have like a notice on their bin being like, you put the wrong stuff in the bin, we're not gonna take it. And the bin is like full. So I don't know if somebody like put all their plastic recycling in their cardboard or what they did. And then I'm like, okay, but who then has to deal with that? Because then some like poor schmuck who has this issue has to go through the process of completely like taking apart all of the shit in their bin and putting it in the correct bin. Which I guess moral of the story is like make sure you read your bins before you put stuff in them. But I'm just like, half the time what happens is I see that and then the following like week I still see the bin with the tag on it and I'm like, they're not doing anything about it. And it's overflowing and like the foxes will get into it and stuff like that. That's the biggest thing I'm concerned about is if they don't give us like a legitimate option on how to get rid of our rubbish that's like not something incredibly labor intensive, the alleyway is just gonna get turned to crap. Like, it's gonna be so, it's already pretty gross. Like, there's already a lot of rubbish in certain parts of it, and I'm like, it's only gonna get worse if you guys are like, oh, sorry, we're not gonna collect your rubbish anymore. It's gonna be very interesting. They're not cutting, really? That's annoying that they're not taking that at all. Because then again, what are you supposed to do with it? Because again, you can't dump anything. I don't know if you have similar rules where you are about like burning stuff. I think depending on where you live around here, you can or can't burn like rubbish and clippings and stuff like that. Some people do it anyway, which is not good, but I don't think you're supposed to be able to burn stuff like in our area. But yeah, so just like some random bullshit. I'm pretty sure, so today, because I was like, oh, maybe that was, but it wouldn't have been. There were these like 3 or 4 like older ladies that came to the front door. I was upstairs and I had a feeling that these were like Jehovah's Witness ladies. And so I was half expecting them to ring the doorbell, Shadow to lose his mind, and I'm like, I'm not gonna answer it. But they didn't even ring the doorbell. They just like deposited a letter in our mailbox, like addressed to the household. So I'm assuming it's the same people, but like I was thinking about the Jehovah's Witnesses that like came to my house in Sudbury when I was growing up. And like, how are you expected to convert people to your cause if you're not going to actually like chit chat with them? Like, do they just think that their little booklet that they send me is going to be so incredibly mind blowing that I'm just going to instantly join up with the church without even like having an interaction with a human being? I don't think so. And there was like 4 of them. There were like 4 of these ladies depositing these like handwritten letters about Jesus. I'm assuming that's what it is. I've not actually answered the door, but it looks like similarly to the ones that we've seen before. But yeah, I was just like, you need a whole bunch of you to go and like spread the word of Jesus, but you're not actually really spreading the word of Jesus because you've not communicated with me about it. But yeah. Yeah, no. They've done a very bad job of trying to convert me out of so many Jesus. Yeah. But the thing is, they didn't even read the doorbell. That's the problem. I know we've talked about this before, how you always have to answer the door. They didn't even ring the doorbell. They just deposited the letter and walked away. And I'm like, pretty sure that's not, you're not gonna, I don't know, man. Because to be fair, the only reason in Sudbury that I ended up entertaining these old ladies that came to the front door is because they've literally been coming and giving us like the little brochures since I was a child. And like they would come to the house and like ask us how we were doing, and like to the point where my mom felt bad, right? So we basically grew up with these old ladies coming to our door, and so we built a relationship. We had no intention of converting. That was never gonna happen. But they still communicated with us, and like I was like, oh, I'll listen to you, and like, you know what I mean? But maybe they're just, maybe they run a tight ship. Maybe they're just like super efficient. They're like, listen, we got letters to pass that we don't have time to chit chat with people. We're too busy preaching the word of the Lord. Ain't nobody got time for chit chat. And honestly, I guess I respect the hustle, but at the same time, I'm like, you know, come on now. Yeah. Yeah, truly. I bet. Well, remember, because I'm pretty sure this is them, but remember, these were the same people that attempted to mail us the letter of a brochure using a secondhand stamp, which is illegal, I guess. So a stamp that they had already used once, they then used to send to us again, and we ended up paying for it because we didn't know who it was from. So I paid the duty free, or like paid the postage in order to get this thing delivered to me, and it wasn't even something I wanted. So that was rude. So at least they're not attempting to like commit mail fraud anymore. So I appreciate that. They learned their lesson. Wait for the day they knock on my sister's kid. Yeah. That would be amazing. 75 Philip pennies, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Truly. Here, let me go. Should I go check? Let me go check and see if this letter is actually from the Jehovah's Witness people, because I have a theory. I think it is. Let me go and get the letter. Yeah, so it says to the householder, not even the homeowner, it is the householder, and it has been delivered by hand. So there's no return address. There's no nothing. So we'll see. It's wild to me because it's like a handwritten note too. Maybe it's not the Jehovah's Witness ladies. No, that's so funny. That's so funny. Cause I was home and they didn't even ring the fucking doorbell. And unless they like very casually old lady brittle knocked. But like, look at this. From August 2023, jw.org. Dear neighbor, hello. We are sorry we missed you when we called today, but may we leave you with an encouraging thought that may brighten your day. My people will dwell in a peaceful abiding place, in secure dwelling, and in tranquil resting places. Isaiah chapter 23, v18. To learn more, please visit our website above or call the number below for more help. Barry and Joyce. But there were like 4 of them. And there wasn't a dude. There was no Barry. There was like 4 ladies. And they didn't ring the doorbell. So they just popped this letter in my mailbox and just left. And they underlined the phone number, the website, the date, and what chapter of the Bible this was. But yeah, so they didn't even leave me the magazine. Because every month we used to get the Jehovah's Witness magazine from the old lady, like the ladies that would come to my house. And there'd at least be interesting stuff on there. They didn't even put the magazine. You should draw pentagrams all over it and stick it in the door for next time. Truly. You know what it is? Because one of the things I want to get this year, I've not looked into it, but you know how you can get like those giant Halloween inflatables? I want to get an inflatable and stick it on the front yard. And then they'll come by and be like, yeah, it'll be like enter if you dare, XXX big tombstone, like blow up ghosts and whatevers. But yeah, maybe I need to, you know. But it's just really hilarious to me. Especially when they're like, sorry we missed you. I'm like, you didn't even, I was like literally in the bathroom upstairs waxing my eyebrows and did not hear the door at all. So that's on you. If you want to preach the word of God, you need to have a stronger knock at the door. You know what I mean? I'm like, you're not going to convince me if you can't even ring my doorbell properly. I guess that says no listening. But yeah, I've seen those before. That would be so good. But yeah. I also feel bad for them too because it's a really warm day. So I hope they didn't get too sweaty walking around posting their letters in their letterbox. I want to know where these people live because I had a theory that it was one of the people on our street, but that wasn't one of them in this group of people. So now I'm intrigued. I want to know where these people live. Because they weren't who I expected them to be, so. Maybe, you know what it is? Maybe Shadow did a good job because he was barking, but they had already left by the time he was barking, but by the time he realized, like, people were at the door. So maybe they saw the dog and were like, oh. Because I also think too, I think it's like a folklore thing, where sometimes if you like see a black dog, it's meant to like be like a harbinger of death or something like that. And so maybe if, I don't know where that symbol is from, but like if that's something that they believe in, maybe Shadow spooked them. He did a very good job. Good boy, Shadow. You pretend to be the harbinger of death. Good boy. Right? Who's a good harbinger of death? You are. It is true, he is. He is a big doggo, so they probably just saw this, like, long black nose in the side of the door and was like, nope, never mind. And honestly, that's all good. Fine by me. But, you know, he looks very cute today. He's freshly groomed. It's always really interesting because when he comes out of the groomer, he, like, looks lighter. Like, his fur looks more gray as opposed to black. It's always very interesting. He kind of, I don't know, like, if it's just the way that they cut the hair or the way that they brush him or if they, like, spritz him with something. But, like, he looks, I don't know, like, he always looks, like, less dark when he comes out of the groomer, which is really random. He was not having it today. We like, because you have to go up the steps to go to the top of like the Hobbycraft in order, or not the Hobbycraft, the Pets at Home in order to go to the groomer. And he walked up halfway up the stairs and then was like immediately no and turned around. And I was like, damn, okay, we have time. Like, does he have to go pee? Does he whatever? So we went outside, he went pee for a little bit and then was kind of like, okay, I'm going to come back in. And then we got to the steps again and he was like immediately no. Which is weird because he actually like doesn't mind the groomer. Sometimes when we get actually upstairs to the groomer, he like resists a little bit and then whines, but once I leave, he's like good as gold and like doesn't cause any problems. But he will like stop halfway up the stairs. I had to like drag him up the stairs, which I've never had to do before. So he was just in a bit of a mood today. But he's fine now. He always comes out like looking so fresh and clean and so fabulous. And I'm like, dude, you were so grumpy for all of like 2 seconds and it was not necessary. But he's good now. He says I'm trying to convince my mom to get a puppy. Oh, wow. Really? Oh, she's really good with cleanliness. Yeah. Yeah, puppies are a lot of work. Puppies are definitely a lot of work. But, like, if you're willing to do the commitment and, like, do, you know, the shift work of, like, taking it out to pee every 2 hours and all that kind of stuff, it can be rewarding, but would your mom be down with like getting a dog that's a bit older and is like already like trained and stuff like that? Or do you think it would be like an immediate no on like all dogs? Yeah, because you got to worry about, like, the puppies peeing in the house because when they learn to be, like, housebroken and stuff. It's coming along quite quickly. We're doing good. Things are happening. Friend is, oh, wow. Had to convince her to just get a fish. Fish are cool. Fish are cool. There's nothing wrong with fish. Okay. I feel like we're at a bit of a crossroads now with some of these. Where I don't know how much more. Oh, there's some more here, actually. We might need to change colors soon. Which is kind of problematic. Only because we then have to figure out how to put all of this away. But if we do as much of this as we can. Seven. Oh, speaking of animals, Liam's cousin posted a photo in our, I'll show you this, in our family group chat. They have a conservatory in their house, or like at their house, and there was a fox just chilling in their conservatory. So look at this. They come in, and the fox is just chilling in the conservatory. And then the fox had this massive spider web on his face and, like, let Liam's cousin take it off his face. Isn't that nuts? And we're like, oh my god. So now I'm convinced. I'm like, Liam's cousin is a Disney princess, confirmed. But obviously Liam's aunt was, like, freaking out, being like, I hope he didn't poop anywhere. But they were like, oh no, I'm pretty sure it's fine. But yeah. But yeah, isn't that crazy? A fox was just chilling in their house, essentially. Basically in their house. I'm always so mixed when, I'm assuming if the animal, like, let her take the spiderweb off its face, it's already kind of used to humans and is a little bit domesticated. But, like, I don't know, I always feel, because, like, they seem really cute and you want to help them out, but at the same time, it's like, you want them to, like, learn life skills and, like, not be fucked in the wild. But I don't know, because then I'm like, oh man, like, because now that this has happened, is he gonna keep popping around? But I don't know. Yeah. Right? This looks like a place where someone with hands would live. Really? Kiddo sneaks out. No way! Wow. I guess, though, with outdoor cats, like, I'm led to believe that they do have, like, owners of some kind that they then go back to for food and stuff. Versus, like, an actual wild animal. That's so funny, though. It's stuck. There we go. Get out of there. There. Okay. So I feel like, oh, this is a 3 here. I feel like we may need to do a swap out of some of these colors. So we need, I feel like we can keep 3. Oh man, see, there's more of this up here. Damn, we need more. Boba drink, right? Oh, yeah. Boba, I would class it as a drink. Yeah. Is food and drink the same, or did we put food and drinks in separate? We probably did food and drinks in separate, didn't we? Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Ah! Yeah. Was that my fault, though? Was it? I don't know if it was. I don't know if that was my fault. Boba for everybody! Amazing. Oh, that's like a is that a brown sugar boba milk tea? That's my guess. Am I correct? Am I correct in the assumption? That is brown sugar boba milk tea. Looks amazing. I'm jealous. You are all of the correct. Amazing. I know my boba. I know my boba. Love it. Oh, I'm sure it's so good too. New game. Every week a different flavor. Could you imagine? Yeah, that would be amazing. Oh, Madam Juniper, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate you being here. That would be pretty cool, actually. Yeah. To be fair, though, if you're normally getting, like, milk teas, I don't know, there's only so many. The ones that I like the ube one. I like the purpley one. The only thing I find, though, is I have to, like, fully customize my drink, because before I used to get milk teas, and they used to really, like, be quite sickly to me, and, like, kind of make me, like, really nauseous almost, because they were so much. But now I realize that you can, like, get, like, 25% sweetness, and, like, 50% ice, and, like, so I really bring down the sugar components. Yeah. Yeah. No, that's so true. So now that I know that that's an option, game changer. Now I can have the milk teas, and I'm like, that's good, because the bobas are already covered in brown sugar sauce. I'm like, that's already brown sugar boba's already, like, so sickly sweet. And so it's like, why would you then add more sugar to it? I'm like, no. So luckily, I found that out. I realized the customization levels of boba. Oh, we have more little of these guys here. Perfect. Terabunch. Ooh, yeah. Yes. I had one the other day. And it was like a toasted marshmallow one. And it had, like, they actually, like, roasted the, like, almost like the foam on top or whatever. I've not been brave enough to try any of, like, the savory bobas, because I know they have, like, savory ones with, like, cheese topping and stuff like that, and I've not been brave enough to try a savory drink yet. I still go the sweet route with boba. Yeah. I'm intrigued by it, but not enough to, like, spend the money on a drink that, like, I might hate. You know what I mean? They need, like, boba samplers so I can, like, have a little baby one to test. Yeah. Yeah. I've done a lot of the fruit ones just because, again, there was a time where, like, my body could not handle the milk teas. So I would do that route. Okay, I think, oh, there's some more 3s over here. Every time I go, okay, we're gonna change tack, like, we're gonna change beads, then I'm like, never mind. Okay, I think we will, though, and we'll transition into some of these next colors. Let me just track. I feel like these ones we still need. These ones in this direction, not as much. We are going to be very bold because instead of... Oh, yeah, like the actual, like, popping boba, those are interesting. Those are fun. Those are fun. But yeah, it's interesting that they don't usually, when you do a fruit tea, they don't usually put boba in it. They usually will do, like, a popping thing. You know what I mean? Oh, Rachel Craft, hello. I hope you're having a fabulous day. Okay, we are gonna put some of these away, and we're gonna be chaotic and mix 2 colors, but they're contrasting colors, so it should be fine. Just because it's gonna be such a pain in the ass to try to untangle these 2 color combos. So we're gonna be chaotic and combine them. I'm going to write down which ones these are, just in case they get separated from their little bag. Okay, so you're gonna go over here, and we are going to add this guy, which I'm assuming, yes, okay. 22. Oh, geez, now I gotta go through all of this. Okay. We want to find 22 and 24, I think. Okay, this is 24. This is 22. Oh my goodness! Rachel, thank you so much for the raid. I've been raided. Oh my god, I love it. Dang, wowie zowie. Hello, friends. Welcome in, welcome in. Oh my goodness, Dogface, thank you so much for being my 370th follower. We have now reached our goal. Thank you so much. I hope you guys are doing well. If you're new here, my name is Nostalgia Tash. We craft, we chaos, we do things. Let's be honest. Thank you so much for the follow. We're starting a new craft because, you know, I can't help myself. I need to do all the things, even if my giant whip pile will tell me otherwise. Yes, so the diamonds are being turned. Siri Creations, thank you so much for the follow. The diamonds are being turned into Van Gogh's Starry Night. This kit only gave me 10 bags. Just hello, Finfair, hello. But yeah, so I combined contrasting color diamonds so that I could use up more color space. And I didn't want to go through the process of trying to separate them all out. So now I've chaotically combined contrasting colors into baggies, and I'm hoping I remember which ones are which. Just because, yeah, why give me a kit with 31 colors of diamonds and only give me 10 bags to store them in? That doesn't make sense. That doesn't line up. So we're taking matters into our own hands and causing some contrasting color chaos. That's what's happening. That's what's happening. It's fine. But yeah, I'll send you back. Yeah, truly. Yeah, I have bags for another project too, but I think they're all full of beads from the last time. But yeah, I don't know why they would do that to me. My brain can't. Yeah. Truly. Simply Nikki, thank you so much for the follow. Yeah, so this is why it's a little chaotic, but it's fine. Cut the number of the original bag. Yeah. I did. I wrote it on the bag, and I also have the original bags together. So if these disappear, it's written down here, but we're going to try to not. Because that's the thing, too, is these are not resealable. So then I also had to dump them all in here, which Nungde has told me is not proper form. You're supposed to put, like, a little bit. Yes, I've already been linked. Nungde has already linked the potential storage idea options. I guess the thing is, because this is a kit, I don't know if I'm gonna become like a intense diamond painter. So I don't know if I want to invest in a whole kit or a whole storage solution for something that I'm only gonna do a couple of times. But I might have a lot of dots left over, so I might have no choice but to procure storage solution, to be quite honest. Hopefully if I can get a baby one, to then maybe this might need to happen. Just because it might be too chaotic to not happen. So we're just about to switch some colors. So we found 24. We also need to find 22. But yeah. So this is only my second time doing diamond painting. Oh, trust me. Yeah. See, the problem is I already cross stitch and have a bajillion bobbins of floss. I needle felt and have a bunch of like wool hanging about. What do? Sometimes we paint. That's a thing. So there's only so much storage solutions I have for my tiny little craft space. That is the concern. But yeah, I think it might end up, chaotically this might end up happening. This might end up happening. Yes, multi-craftual. That's the problem, right? So many crafts, so little time. I'm concerned that they're gonna be too similar of colors, and we're doing contrasty. So we're gonna put this guy, and then we're gonna do the X, which is 13, which is somewhere around here. This is 11, 12, 13, come on, where are you? 31, 27, 9. It's gonna be the last one I look for. What symbol am I even looking for? I'm looking for an X. There we go. Yeah, these are kind of contrasty enough. It's fine. We're gonna chaotically dump them in here and hope for the best. But yeah. But yeah, basically I had ordered this for click and collect at Hobbycraft. I'm in the UK and I didn't get the email confirmation, but luckily I took my dog Shadow to the groomer and the Hobbycraft is like in the same area. Right, I know I forgot to not dump all of the dots in the tray, but we did it again. And I also got one of the other colored dots in here. Are you the right? Yes, okay, it's fine. It's fine. I've done 30 by 40 size portraits. Wow. Portraits? That's really cool. Okay, we're keeping track. So this one, you need to go back over here. So you are X. There's already a purple one in here. Oh no! They're all sticking to my fingers. It's fine. I guess the purple one just lives here now. No, you're going back into your home. Okay. There's no Hobbycraft near me. Oh no! Yeah. You get them off of Amazon? Mm-hmm. No problem, dinner time. If you decide you don't want to be as chaotic, you can use sellotape to close the original. Oh! Wow, yeah. Yeah, that... Rachel, that sounds like a perfectly logical solution. Wow. Yeah, yeah, so, you know how something is just so obvious? And then you, yeah. That happens a lot. Yeah, the fact that, Hellas was even like, oh, maybe we should keep the bags that you've labeled beside the trays. And I was like, just gonna shove them in a corner and hope I remembered. Yeah, that also would have been, Okay, well, we're committed to the chaos a little bit longer. But I like the logic. I appreciate the logic that I clearly lack. There's clearly some logic lacking. All right, let's continue on my wayward son with this chaos. But yeah, I do have some sellotape upstairs. That would be smart. That would be a good idea. But yeah, there was one of this particular project, because I see a lot of diamond paintings, but there hasn't really been one that I've like really, I don't know, like I've really been taken by. Did you get a little storage pod for the drills? Yeah. No, I didn't. They gave me little bags. They only gave me 10 resealable baggies for 31 colors. Which is so silly because the Amazon one that I did, gave me so much more versus this official diamonds. Oh, I just chucked things on the ground. It's fine. It was just plastic. This official Diamond Dotz one was like, oh, yeah, this has 31 colors. Do you want to store all 31 colors? Nah, you can store 10 of them. And they only gave me 10 bags, which is rude. And one stylus and one little bit of wax. Whereas when I did tiny little superhero projects years ago, they're like, here's a butt ton of wax. Here's tweezers. Here's like 4 different styluses, bags, labels, the whole shebang. So honestly, Nikki, maybe you're in better condition than I am ordering all your stuff off of Amazon. Because the official Diamond Dotz clearly don't know what they're doing. Yes, please go to Streamify, Rachel. Thank you so much for bringing your community to me. I appreciate you so much for being here. Yes, go take care of yourself. Thank you so much. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day. And yes, I hope to see you again soon. Thank you, thank you. All right. We'll still chaotically be here for a little bit longer. Normally we stream from 3 to 6 UK time, but I had to stream at 4 today because I had to take Shadow to the groomer. So we'll stream a little bit later. It is after 6. Yeah, stay cool. Yeah, truly, you as well, honestly. But yeah, we'll keep going for a little bit longer just because I feel like we're in the zone. We're in the zone, and I'm also really afraid if we stop, I'm gonna have just all these rogue diamond dots everywhere, and I'm afraid of that. Whereas if we're here focusing on it, then it's fine. It's all good. All right. Luckily, I think there's quite a bit of this color in this area. So we should be able to put a big dent in it, which is nice. Okay. But hopefully. So we will be continuing working on this. So I stream Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays. Again, it's usually from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. UK time. Today and Thursday stream is going to be starting at 4. So today I started at 4 because Shadow had a grooming appointment. It starts at 4 on Thursday because I have a job interview, which is wild. I got some scented wax. Ooh, cute. Oh, that's cool. Got a miner to hold the plastic down. Oh, wow. That makes sense to me that there's going to be a lot of accessories. I feel like diamond painting sort of like just kind of popped off. And so it makes sense to me that there would be just as many like accessories and attachments and things for it. Like similar to cross stitch. Because that's one of those things, like when I started cross stitching, I then totally drank the Kool-Aid and didn't realize that there were so many different accessories and things to do, and like stuff to have that could like make your cross-stitching journey easier. And so it totally makes sense to me that diamond painting would also have that. Yeah, that's so cool. But yes, so my job interview is at 2 p.m. on Thursday. I was talking to because I had my chiropractor appointment this week, so the chiropractor said that it'll probably only be about like 45 minutes, but I just in case I have running around and shit to do, and we'll see what happens. So yeah, we'll be starting on Thursday at 4, but Friday we will be back on our 3 p.m. 3 p.m. slot, which will be good. But yeah, we'll be working on this all week, so I feel like we've made decent progress. We've been really, this is coming together much faster than any cross stitch that I have undertaken of this size as well. So that's cool. That's nice. I feel like the satisfaction of completing this is gonna come much sooner than the Howl's Moving Castle cross stitch will. But that's okay. It's all about the journey, not about the destination. But it'll be really fun when this is done. I'm intrigued to see what it's gonna look like. Only because I think that the actual color, like the actual design, like the Starry Night picture, is a lot sort of smaller in terms of its intricacies than the actual dots can provide. So it'll be an interesting final project. But I'm excited about it. If this turns out well, as much as I was like, oh man, I don't know how I feel about it, but there is also another Van Gogh one. There's a Wheatfields Van Gogh one. So that would be a potential option. I've been looking at a process. Oh yeah. I would recommend starting with a kit. Similar to like how you would do diamond painting. I would definitely start with a kit. Just because then you'll get everything you need to do it. Yeah. Start with a kit. I would start with 12 count Ada, because that's like a slightly larger size. Because if you get, basically the bigger the thread count of your fabric, the tinier the stitches are going to be. And so you don't want to do your very first cross stitch on like 24 count, because then it'll be like teeny tiny. Whereas 12 is like a nice size to start with. And usually the kits will give you like a hoop, the fabric, the pattern, the string, and a needle. The only thing you might want, I guess, to start that wouldn't be included is like a needle minder, but it's not necessary. It's just like a magnet that helps you. Like I have a bunch of them here. So these are needle minders that you then put on your Aida cloth, and they just like store your needle for you while you're working on stuff on your project, but it's not a necessity. You know what I mean? But yeah, that would be my recommendation. That's another one though, because I feel like because you already know how to diamond paint, I think the transition to cross stitch will be pretty simple because it's like similar pattern reading. The only thing I guess is you can get like printed cross stitch, but usually cross stitch, they'll do like counted cross stitch, so the pattern itself isn't like stamped on the cloth like the diamond painting is. But this to me looks just like a cross stitch pattern, like with the different symbols and stuff like that. It's very, very similar. So the ability to read the pattern will come easily to you, I think. Okay. Do a little bit more. We'll go until 6:30, just because then I need to start figuring out what I'm gonna do for dinner. Because I don't know, because it's too hot to turn on the oven, but I don't know what else in the house I can make that doesn't involve it. I'm debating trying to convince Liam that we should just have microwave nachos. I didn't know there were kids. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Oh, yeah, some of them can be so difficult. Oh, thank you so much for the sub. I appreciate that, Nikki. Thank you so much. Yeah, definitely. There's definitely kits. There's even like small ones. Like I know, I think the very, very first one, I actually forgot about this, but one of the first cross stitches I did was actually a bookmark. So you can actually get like bookmark kits. And so that's like a small one that would then kind of not have so many colors and be a little bit more straightforward, as opposed to some of the ones that like Nungdae talks about where she's like, it has like 100 colors and it's a bajillion stitches. You don't want that. That'll be overwhelming as hell. You just want like a little baby one. So yeah, you can actually look for like bookmark cross stitch kits and stuff like that. I think that's a little small one. Okay. So I just saw another one. Okay. Do this. I need another drink break. Yeah. Diamonds have bookmarks too. Oh, cool. Oh, that's really cool. I didn't know that. That makes sense, though. That makes sense that they would have bookmarks of them. Okay. Let's keep going. I feel like we've, you know, we got some momentum. We got good momentum going. We'll probably work on this off stream too, just because I'm enjoying myself. I'm having a good time. It's a nice, fun little thing. We'll see though. It depends, cause like, it depends if this evening. Oh, they do notebook covers too. Oh, cute. That's a really cute idea. See, that's also really helpful because it's similar, like the similar concern I was having with like getting into diamond painting is that it was similar to how I was starting to feel with cross stitch, where a lot of it is like you hang it up and then I'm like, I only have so much wall space to hang things up. But the fact that there's like things that you could cover a book, like things like that, like I guess quote unquote useful ways to sort of display the art, Because that's what I was getting into with cross stitching as well, where a lot of the stuff that I'm making now, my intention is to like turn it into a cushion, put it like attach it to a piece of clothing, something like that, like to have it be more wearable and more useful as opposed to just like hanging art. So that's really helpful to know that there's also that in diamond painting too. Yeah, that's really cool. And that's really helpful to know. That makes me feel less bad about the idea of me getting really into this, because I know that there's options for like usable diamond painting things. That's cool. Oh, that's really cool. I like that. It's probably really nice as well because the diamonds are a bit raised. So to then be able to like stick like a beverage or something on top of that, I feel like that would be really, like that would actually be a really good use for them. That's really cool. Wowie wow. Doing not too shabby. Okay. Let's just keep going with these colors, I guess. Definitely have to make sure I push all of these to the center of the table, because I could just see me hitting the table and these jumping and just falling all over the floor. So we're gonna try to make sure that doesn't happen. Now I have a jar left over. Drills. Oh yeah. That's what these are called, eh? These like the little plasticky diamondy bits, they're called drills. Like the leftover pieces. Is that what they're called? I've just been calling them like tiny little plastic things. Or like diamonds. Yeah, I guess, cause can't you buy almost like clear sticky backs and then like make your own patterns and stuff like that? So you could like do your own design to use up different colors. That's the only thing I could see there being like the option, because the same thing, I have a bunch left over from that first Amazon kit I did as well, diameter drills. Oh, okay. Okay, cool. Good to know. So it's like how in cross stitch everyone calls their thread floss. There's different terms for the things. That's cool. All right, 10 more minutes. See how much more we can get done. There we go. It was like I literally just saw. I would recommend getting a roller for diamond. Oh, yes. Okay, yeah, I've seen different things like that too, where like, and there's also like different adhesives and stuff you can get to almost like seal everything in, right? That's a good idea. Yeah, something to just like really firm everything down, right? That makes sense. For a second, because like when you look at the actual color here, this looks like more purpley than the actual like diamond color, but I think that happens a lot with cross-stitch colors as well. Like the color on the pattern won't actually be like as accurate of the color of the actual floss itself. Because at first I was like, damn, did I mess this up? But it's fine. I'm doing what is color specified, so it's all good. No, so yeah, I got glue. Okay. Oh. Okay, so there's the roller and the glue. So there's different. Oh, okay, yeah. No, that's awesome. I like that. I like that everyone probably has their own particular way of like doing things, like the thing that makes the most sense to them. I like that. Yeah, I see a lot of parallels between diamond painting and cross-stitching in terms of like the different tools people use, their different like styles of working and all that kind of stuff. That's really cool. Oops. What are you doing? There we go. Oh. Okay, I do think we will engage in second chaos gremlin moment. I'm learning a lot. Yeah, is your brain overloaded? Okay, we're gonna do the same thing. We're combining. We're combining. Because I can't be asked to sort it out. It's alright. It's fine. Oh my goodness! I'm closing my eyes, LOL. Hello, Coolib! Oh my goodness! Welcome in, Raiders. Hello, hello. Brr, 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 brr. You are one. I feel like this happened last time. Rachel raided in just as I was causing Diamond Dotz chaos. So you are also privy to the Diamond Dotz chaos. Hello, hello. I hope you are well. What were you working on? If you have to raid and run, I respect and appreciate that. If you guys don't know, my name is Nostalgia Tash. We do all the things. The ghost behind me. Yes, this is Phantasma. This is friendly neighborhood ghost mascot Phantasma. She's the one who is inspired by some of our emotes. Yeah, she's secondary mascot. Shadow, obviously my dog, is official stream mascot, but this is honorary stream secondary mascot who's here all the time. But yes, welcome in. I was foiling a piece of, oh cool. Aw, leaves. Oh, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Yes, the dog, the puppo's on this. Oh, he's on the sofa or is he on the floor? He's on the floor right now. He's chilling. He's chilling. But yes, oh, that's so awesome. Some leaves. I love it. Getting into autumnal vibes, I hope. I hope they were of the orange and yellow variety. I hope. But yeah, so we are starting a new project because I don't already have a giant pile of projects outstanding right now. We are diamond dotting, diamond painting the Van Gogh Starry Night. And this kit gave me only 10 bags and like 1 tray for the Diamond Dotz. So I'm kind of being a little bit chaotic and doing things. Yes, orange. Oh, perfect. Thank you. We're having a heat wave in the UK right now and it's getting up to like 30 degrees Celsius and super annoying because I am fully ready for crunchy leaf, pumpkin spice, chai tea amazingness. And the weather said no. Mother Nature said no. So I have a fall. Oh, cool. Yeah, right? Yeah, and fall market. And it's like, we're sweating. You have to wear shorts. It's absolute chaos. Yeah, the chaos. We're doing contrasting colors so that I can identify the different colors that we're using for chaotic purposes. But yeah, that is what's happening. And people are concerned, but we must forge ahead. Right? It is technically fall on the 21st, but listen. I was ready. I'm been in a spooky mood for like since like the middle of August, let's be honest. You know? I think because I have to get ahead of it, because places like Hobbycraft and freaking in the grocery store today, I already saw Christmas cards. So I have to get my spooky, crunchy leave time in when I can. People are always getting mad, being like, you know that autumn is like not until this time and it shouldn't happen and whatever. And I'm like, listen, you guys try to make Christmas happen in like October. So if I try to make Halloween happen in August, I don't think that that's too big of a stretch, to be honest. Yes. That's amazing. Yes, yeah. Exactly, well, because a lot of the colors are complementary to each other, but then I figured if I put two colors in the pot that were like too similar, I wasn't gonna be able to differentiate them, and that would be true chaos. This is like chaos light. This is like a little bit lighter chaos. It's not as bad as it could be. Not as bad as it could be. Though I do feel like all of these colors are relatively similar, which is maybe gonna cause some problems. So we have this circle color. What's number 2? No, maybe we'll just stick to one color for this one. We will get less chaotic. We'll be less chaotic this time. Yeah. October. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, see, if it's already Oktoberfest. Oktoberfest in September. I love it. I'm here for it. Okay. We'll do a little bit more. And then we too must raid out at some point. Whoops. But not before we get a few more dots on the board. Not on tap yet, because, right. Yeah. I have a book of art dot. Oh, really? That's really good. It's similar to, I have like a DMC. So DMC is a brand that makes like the most commonly used cross-stitching thread. And so I have a color book of theirs too. That's cool. Yeah, no problem, Kulib. I appreciate the raid and run. Yeah, keep it on this. Yes. Right? Exactly. Trust me, I tried to resist for a very long time, and a couple days ago, I said, fuck it, and I put this in my hobbycraft cart, and here I am doing a new craft. So, you are stronger than I am. But yes, I hope your market goes well. I appreciate the raid. Again, I always appreciate spending time with you. Please go take care of yourself, and thank you so much for bringing your community here. Yeah, no regrets. No regrets. Truly. Okay. We're gonna add more dots. See, at least, you know, I've muted the chaos slightly. We only have one color in here. Yeah, it's true. Yes. Yeah, not only there's a little bit of an addiction here now. It is quite fun and it's very satisfying. It again, because I also have an obsession with cross stitching, it wasn't going to be that far of a stretch for me to also become obsessed with diamond painting. Like that was it's basically two sides of the same coin, truly. It's the similar thing. But yeah. So I was not surprised that I had taken to it so lovingly. But hey ho. It was an inevitability, I think. It was only a matter of time. I think what it was is I had been wanting to do diamond painting again. I just didn't find the right project. And now I have. So, let the obsession commence. You think it's the worst? Yes. Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I've literally had a fan oscillating beside me the entire time. It's so annoying too, because I was just saying how it was cooling off, which I love. And Shadow was getting really cold. That's the name of my dog, Shadow, in the evening. So we bought him little jammies. And now it's way too hot for him to be wearing them. But he looks really cute in them. I'm sure he's like, I'm glad I don't have to wear my pajamas. But he was like doing like the full tightly wound donut and like whining about being cold. So Meg's mom used to be in Steph's time. Oh, really? Oh, no way. That's cool. I know my mother-in-law wants to get into, she's ordered some craft kits. I thought she was talking about the diamond painting, but she got one of those like sticker paint by numbers. So it's like a paint by numbers kit, but instead of actually physically painting, it's stickers. So she's doing some of those, which I think, it's very similar. I feel like it's a very similar vibe. Because this is essentially a paint by numbers as well. Just with tiny, tiny little beads. Tiny little diamond. Tiny little diamond paint by numbers. So that's what's happening. Ugh. But yeah, I'm excited to get into some of the like darker colors. Just because, I don't know, like right now this is not looking like the looking like the painting. But I think it will once it's done. I do think it's interesting that there's like, again, there's like a thumb's width outline of the actual painting outside to like border it. Someone at work does paint by numbers. Oh, that's cool. Are there paint by number kits where they make you mix the paint? I've never seen that before, and if that's the case, that would be ridiculous. That would be so stressful. I'm like, I'm sorry, I picked up a paint by numbers kit to be relaxing. What do you mean I need to know color theory? That's ridiculous. No. That's paint by numbers on hard mode. I don't like that. I would like you to provide me all of the colors, please. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I would prefer the basic ones. Really? I've never known that before. I don't think I've ever come across a mix your own paint by numbers kit. I'm gonna have to see if I can find one of these. That's so intriguing to me, but also sounds like a huge pain in the butt. I need a kid's version. No, see, I love that too. Even like I've had like custom paint by numbers kits. One year, I was gifted a paint by numbers kit where somebody, like, you could submit an actual photo, and the company would then create a paint by numbers of the photograph you submitted. So my mother-in-law submitted a photo of me and my partner, and then I got a paint by numbers kit, and they gave you all of the colors. I didn't have to do any color mixing. Hobbycraft paint by numbers kits usually involve mixing colors. Interesting. Oh, thank you. I'm like, I'm like, and the name of the artist that I procured them from totally escapes me, but thank you. I did not make them myself. I definitely bought them on Etsy, but I'm glad you like them. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, trying to reflect the cozy vibes we aspire. I know, again, I feel like we run a fine balance between cozy and chaotic. Sometimes it happens simultaneously. Where the goal is to have a cozy vibe. I guess if we facilitate a cozy vibe, it allows room for like chaos to sort of sneak its way in. So yeah, that's the goal. We want cozy chaos is the name of the game here. It's true, right? A little chaos is fun every now and then. Sometimes we just need to be a little chaotic at times. But, you know, we can always come back to some yeah. Cozy cat, right? I think so. Exactly, right? I think that is definitely the goal. And I do think that we achieve that. I think we especially achieved that today. I'm actually surprised Shadow hasn't woken up yet. Usually he comes by to be like, yo mom, stop streaming, it's time to sort dinner out, but he's not done that yet. Must be too hot. He's like, I'm too hot to care. Boring. Truly. Oh yeah. My family, my mom used to say, we used to always joke that like boring is an insult in our family, or no, normal is an insult in our family. I'm like, never aspire to be normal. Alright, we'll do a little bit more, and then we will raid out. So if anyone has any raid suggestions, let me know. If not, we will go and see which of our fabulous friends is online, and we will go and say hello to them. Again, we will be back here working on this exact thing. Normal is boring, exactly. We will be back here working on this on Thursday. We'll be here at 4 p.m. until around this time. And then Friday, we'll be back to our regular 3 to 6 UK time schedule. Alright. Do a few more. And then we will pack her in. And I will... There we go. Cool! Satchel Max is sewing. Oh, perfect. Yes. Always love going to visit Satchel. We can go and do that. Seabird Studios rocking. Yep. Seabird Studio is always a fun time as well. Let us go and peruse the group of people. Whew. I feel like we made good progress. I'm sure we've like not even done like 2%. I don't know how many. It tells you how big the project is, but it doesn't tell you how many dots. It just tells us how many colors. It'd be interesting to know how many dots are on here. Because then we could do the math. But it didn't provide us with that much information. But that's okay. Okay, just waiting for things to load. It's so funny. I find that Twitch always freaks out because I have back end of Twitch up and then I put front end of Twitch up and then it like is buffering forever and is mad and doesn't like me. So we're just gonna scroll around. Okay. Ooh, sewing up some customer orders. Very cool. Let's go see what they're up to. Satchel Max is always a fun time. She's always got lots of story times too. I think she's always got some fun stuff going on. Okay. So, I'm going to give you the link just in case anyone gets left behind on the raid. And then I'm gonna give you, oh, I need to stretch. There's the raid message. And then we're gonna go and visit the fabulous, crafty amazingness that is Satchel Max. And like I said, guys, we will be back here on Thursday, same time, 4 p.m. to 6-ish, because it's almost 7 now. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today. Thank you for helping me reach my 370 follower goal. We have surpassed that today. I wonder what the next goal will be. Next goal, maybe we try to do 400. That seems like a big goal, but I think we can get there eventually. Hopefully, maybe. I think if we get to 500 by the end of the year, we'll like have another party, do another giveaway, all that fun stuff. But that's still a long ways away. I'm just gonna be super happy and thankful for all 373 of you. And I will see you guys on Thursday. Okay, bye.